Good evening and welcome to 2022. Happy New Year everyone. And here's to another great year, full of fun live streams, great videos, and whatever else I want to happen. I didn't prepare this at all. But welcome. Thank you for the subscription for the 14 months, Zork. And thank you for the 100 and 111 bits, Slime and Orpy. New Year started off poorly, but this live stream will better. Oh, that's unfortunate. I hope that it'll get better for you. How's it going? It's going well. It's going quite well. I did a lot of fun things in my break over Christmas. But I'm also happy to be back. Thank you for the gifted sub, Max. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs, Slime. Thank you for the 1 gift. No, for the just the sub, Timon. At this rate, this stream will just make up for the 2 I missed. Thank you very much. Let's start it off with a bang. Yes. What's up, Static Gorilla? We're already at hype train level, well, at least level 2. Maybe level 3, I'm not sure. Yeah, I saw my family on the 26th, which is second Christmas Day in the Netherlands. I know it's Boxing Day in the UK, and just I'm not sure if it has a name in the US. But we just have second Christmas Day, and we don't really do Christmas Eve in the Netherlands, by the way, on 24th. 24th is for us just a normal day, mostly. Some people might do Christmas Eve, but we do first Christmas Day and second Christmas Day only. Let's see. Then from 23rd until the 30th, which is 5 days, I watched the Olympic qualifier for speed skating for the Netherlands, because, you know, I love speed skating. You can cross that off your bingo card. Then I also saw some friends I hadn't seen since April on the 27th and 28th. Slept at their place. And I, from the 30th until the 1st, I was at my parents' place to celebrate New Year's. Which was also very fun. We don't really do Boxing Day in the US. The 26th is nothing special. Yeah, it is here. Thank you for the 500 subs. 500 subs? Would like that. 500 bits, Major Geeks. Yeah, you shouldn't do bingo yet, Max, because I still remember it. And I'm still rigging... Well, this wasn't rigging it, because I wanted to talk about speed skating myself. Anyway, I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys had fun as well. I hope you... I don't know, saw family, if, you know, as much as you could with COVID and stuff. We all did, you know, self-tests and all the like. And just did fun things, had nice dinners, and all that stuff. Kwanzaa starts on the 26th. Isn't that... That's probably a feast of some other religion. I'm not very well versed in that. I know there's Hanukkah, which is also around this time, which is Jewish, I believe. I don't know which religion Kwanzaa belongs to. I was in Limburg with the holidays, but the weather was pretty crappy. At least it wasn't raining and flooding all over the place. Oh, it's African. That's cool. What is it about? Yeah, also good to see you again, Zorg. Just like Max says. I don't know if I have much to say other than that. I mean, yeah, you know, fun things happened, but anything regarding speed skating is probably not too interesting to you guys. Raining. It has rained here as well. It was warm during Christmas. It wasn't... Oh, not Christmas. No, it was warm, especially during, what's it called? New Year's. It was like 15 degrees on the 30th. Last day of winter break, so I thought I should show up and watch the stream. Well, I hope you have fun with the stream. I hope you like it. So what we're gonna do today, we're gonna do something very simple. We're just gonna do this scenario. It's not a difficult scenario. I mean, it is expertly rated, but it's not particularly difficult. It's not anything special. It's just a fun stream as a start of the new year. It's terrifyingly quiet. I still... Whenever the game is quiet and I have to... The only noise is my voice, which rhymes. I still get kind of nervous. Because I have to entertain you guys. That's fine. We have noise now. There we go. Now it's just like a video. A classic New Year's themed park. No. But what is a New Year's theme? I could, you know, build a 2022. Turn up the noise. The background noise. I slept through pretty much all of it, such is the way things are with me. I wish I could sleep through it, but I was asleep. It's like, I don't know, 1:30 I went to sleep. Hey, choo-choo, the hype train. Then at like half an hour later or whatever, my mom told me, I didn't check the time, but she was awoken by it as well. Some idiots, some morons started like lighting of more fireworks. And they weren't like nice fireworks with lots of pretty colors and stuff. No, they were just bangs. And the loudest bangs I had heard all day and night. And there I was just lying in bed, just having my eyes closed, not wanting to wake up too much. Just praying that they will stop. Because it had been quiet for about half an hour. Just praying that they'd stop so I could continue sleeping. Eventually they stopped, obviously. Let's see, let's get something going that we can advertise for. There we go. Let's get this park going. Things that are illegal. Oh, they were definitely illegal. I mean, not sure what they're called in the Netherlands or in English, but nitraten. I mean, there's nitrate in them. Are already illegal, and these are significantly louder, like a lot louder than that. The type that can blow up a window if you hold them against it. I'm pretty sure that... Oh, they're cobras. I'm pretty sure that they would have been able to blow up my window. Alright, here we have a few rides, we have a little bit of music. Let's go for a coaster, shall we? By the way, the goal is... I should add the goal in text. Let's see, what's the old text? Well, I'm pretty sure that this is exactly the same, except the park value goal is a little bit less. There we go. Let's see, what actually is the goal? Oh, it's just not even repay loan. Scenario goal, get 275,000 park value at the end of year 4. There we go. The first drown of the year. Alright, I don't think that... Well, there is water on the map, but that's outside my borders. So I'm gonna have to... Oh! I literally can't drown guests. Or can I buy more land? Nope, I don't think I can buy any land with water on it either. Nope, I'll make an exception for that. Hang on. Let's go scenario options. I don't like that restriction anyway. There we go. Much better. Oh, you know what? Let's not raise the land. The geography question I'll address in a minute. We'll just do that. How about making it New Year's theme by only hiring tiger entertainers? Sure. Year of the Tiger, oh, in China. Oh, that's not guest 1. Oh, whoops. My bad. I'll also drown guest 1. I forgot the number thing. Thank you for the 100 bits, Fudo 3. Alright, let's see whatever the geography question was. Oh, it hasn't been asked yet. Well, ask away, Blossom Girl. I assume the Year of the Tiger is indeed a Chinese thing. They have like Year of the Animal, right? That's well a looping coaster. Let's do a bit of theming as well in this park. Oh, hang on, there we go. Now my laptop can no longer produce noise. I don't think you heard that, but it made a little noise because I apparently need to restart to do a Windows update. Yeah, I don't need this coaster to be this tall. Let's actually have a normal chain lift, so not the... So like no curves without a chain lift. Let's see, I need to go to 43.5 for a 19.5 meter drop. There we go. That's what I want. We all love Windows updates. Well, usually they're not a problem for me, because I restart my computer almost every night, unless I AFK in Minecraft or whatever. But I don't really ever restart my laptop, and I literally said to my mom that it's a good idea to do that, like 2 days ago. And she does often restart her laptop, which is good, every night as well. But I don't really restart mine, because I just close it when I'm done with streaming, and then I just forget about it because I don't really use it. But that's not a good habit. Interlock those loops. I wasn't planning on interlocking loops. It's not tall enough for that. Maybe a later coaster. Thank you for the follow, by the way, Axel Dapp. You're getting a real life Windows update, Slime. Nice. So I'm born in 1996. What year was that? Year of the what animal? What does that make me? Is that like if year of the rat? Does that make you a rat, or is it just the year of the rat? Hey, 96 club. Welcome to the club. Only for cool people, which means every one of you. I stole that from Freddie Mercury. At the Live Aid concert of 1985, he said, like, this concert is only dedicated to beautiful people. Or this song, when he did Crazy Little Thing Called Love. And then he said, that means all of you. Which was such a Chad move. Let's see, how much can we borrow? 30k, that's a lot. Oh, the loan interest is quite steep, though. We do pay for the rides, which means we're gonna be rich. Which is beautiful. Let's see, can I can do that. Just watched the insane theme park video and then checked out the stream and you're live. What coasters are there? These. Welcome to the live stream, by the way, Axel. Did I just miss the geography question, or was it never asked? Let me see. Someone by the name Blossom Girl redeemed it, but I don't think it was ever asked. Pick a coaster type for me to build. Alright. Oh, you had to ask one. Yes. If you just redeem ask a geography question, but there's no question. There's not much for me to answer. By the way, that's only there because I enjoy talking about geography. That's all. And I know a fair bit about it as well. The wooden supports one. That's the side friction. I like the side friction. Oh, we have another Ask a Geography question. That's fast. What 5 US states with entire discontinuous sections? I assume Hawaii count. Does that count? I know there's Kentucky with the Kentucky Bend. Obviously Michigan. I think Long Island is separate from the rest of New York, right? Are these all correct? So I would have already had 4. I like this coaster, by the way. Not quite interlocking loop, but we are going through the loop. Ooh. I don't like this. This is a classic color. This is still Christmas. It's too late for that. Ah, much better. The primary colors. Must say I like that. Well, there's a coaster finished. Islands were not being counted. Oh, that does make sense, because otherwise a lot of states would have islands. Have you ever heard of Everywhere at the End of Time? I have not. So, obviously Michigan, and then I assume Kentucky doesn't really... Does Kentucky count then? With the Kentucky band, I think that's a thing, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Hey Warhawks, how you doing? Haven't been able to catch a stream in a while. Good to be back. Yeah, good to have you back. Other than Kentucky and Michigan, I wouldn't know, really. There might be some obvious one that's escaping my mind. I mean, the super obvious one is Michigan, so if I miss that one, that would be kind of embarrassing. But I don't think, like, Alaska has some... I mean, it has a long panhandle, but that's not discontinuous. You had two, Michigan and Kentucky, but... Oh, Point Roberts, of course, I know about that. Angle Township in Minnesota. And when is Minnesota, right? Or is that Maine? Or is Maine ME? And there's a part of Virginia on the other side of the Chesapeake Bay, not connected to the rest of the state. I heard about that as well. Ah, so Maine is indeed ME. I don't know all these state abbreviations by heart. I mean, most of them are obvious. I think like OK is Oklahoma, or, you know, stuff like that. OR is Oregon, I think. But some, especially ones that could be multiple states, are not always clear from me. Is there a way to include a text box with the reward, so the question is included in the same message as a redemption notification? Yes. I do that for some. I should do that for that as well. Still no guarantee that people will ask their question there, but... Here's a tricky one. What's Alaska? What? What's Alaska? It's... Well, it's partly made of Earth. It's a tricky one, because I don't know what you mean with it. Let's have a proper food stall. We don't have a... Oh, we do. Coffee. But I don't like coffee. So we don't have a proper drink stall yet, because coffee is stupid. Let's do first aid. Why is Alaska? Alaska is because Russia sold her. Wait. You're RP, you're not coffee. Oh, the abbreviation of Alaska. I entirely missed that. I wouldn't know. AK, I think AK. AK-47. Oh, it's coffee everywhere else. Oh, okay, AL is Alabama. Let's see, we don't have a lot of variety here, but let's build a science fiction, because that was requested. This park isn't very big. Maybe we should have picked another park, but if Cody can make multiple live streams on this park, so can I, although his live streams are a lot shorter. Let's do a turn. Ask a geography question. Wow, the cooldown on that is really shorter than I thought. I don't mind that though. How many continents are there? Well, I always learned there were 7. And I stand by that. Continents don't need to be super well defined to be useful. Like, I get that North and South America, Europe and Asia could be considered the same, but I disagree with America, like North and South America being one thing. Name a road of your choice. Go ahead. Starlight Searcher. Because North and South America are clearly separate. I mean, they're connected by land, obviously. But they're like, the Panama Isthmus is so small. And of course, the border between them being the border between Panama and Colombia is the one I think should be the border. It's of course arbitrary. And could change if that border changes. But it still is useful to say North America or South America. Name the side friction Jackrabbit. Alright, thank you for the prime sub, Louis Patty Jr. And thank you for the 14 months, Duvel. Hey Marcel, happy new year. Hope Groningen wasn't a big war zone this New Year's. I don't know. I wasn't in Groningen. I was at my parents'. I've celebrated exactly 1 New Year's in Groningen and I've lived here for like 5 years now. But it wasn't war zone back now. I don't live in the center anyway, so I'm a bit away from all of it, you know. Hi, I'm from Brazil. Well, greetings to Brazil. Also, someone asked, do I consider Europe or Russia European or Asian? That's difficult. I mean, if you just one answer doesn't really work. It's partly European, partly Asian. And yeah, that's my definition. Not one I came up with, but the one I abide by. Where people actually live is Europe, the rest is Asia. Yeah, basically. Well, Russia is almost partly American. Like, Russia is like 2 miles away from Alaska. So it's almost American. Oh, you know what I find stupid, by the way? I find it stupid when people say that Alaska is the... I've said this before on stream, but I find it stupid when people say that Alaska is the westernmost... No, the easternmost state of the US. Because a few parts of it are on the other side of the international date line, or the prime meridian, or like the 180 meridian, or whatever. Because that's not how something east works. Because then when you have one island just on one side of the line and one side just on the other side of the line, you can say that the western island is the eastern one and the eastern island is the western one. If you use that definition, that just doesn't work. Drowned guest 27. Alright. There they go. Guest 27 has drowned. Oh no, poor soul. Maybe we need to hire some staff. Well, I already had entertainers, but that will be useful. Greenland is farther north, south, east and west than Iceland. Yeah, but you know, that's just... If you look at them both in one picture, then that works. Because Greenland is just absolutely massive and it really is. Wait, you can't fire the staff, that's a mistake. I even looked at my channel point rewards. Firing staff should be enabled. There we go, now it is enabled. So go ahead if you want. Ah, Boot Hill, there you go. And there they go. Well, they were short-lived. The most annoying facts are factoids like that where the person isn't informing you on anything. They are just being an annoying smart ass. So they can pretend to be an intellectual. I suppose, yeah. Although some facts kind of are somewhat in between. So sometimes it's difficult to say which is which. I should put more... I don't need coaster. I have plenty of coasters. I need gentle rides, water rides and thrill rides. Also, I should do some theming. Just take it a bit slower. Because we have a small park and we have plenty of time. We don't have a lot of themes available. We obviously have the South America theming. Let's see, what's this? Oh, this is massive Easter Island people. Well, they're looming over you now. Fill the park with bikini ladies. How about no? Happy New Year, Neri. Welcome to the stream. Thank you. Why did we call it oven when you oven the cold food of out hot eat the food? First off, what? Second off, that's not the first time I've read that. You're not original. I've seen that joke before. I thought it was on Reddit. Fill the park with Easter Island statues. It's gonna be a terrifying park. Also, by the way, the park I built with my brother, the Absolutely Crazy Park, features in tomorrow's video. It's gonna be fun. Oh god, these aren't actual walls, they're tiles. Color or ride of your choice. Go ahead, Neri. Color is salmon pink. Which ride? It's New Year's. Save those statues for a different holiday. Which holiday? The spinning, I think. Wait, we have no spinning ride. Well, unless you count the Enterprise. Or this one. But no spinning coaster. Can you even color this one? Oh, you can. That. I assume you mean the coffee ride. Otherwise you would have probably just said Enterprise. It's not too much to color, but it's so... Hang on, all the guests in it are salmon pink colored now. Hang on, what if we color this like... Did affect the color of the shirts of the guests in it? What? That's the only thing it affects. Well, and I think the color of the teacups as well. No, not even the color of the teacups. Or coffee cups, I suppose. It only... Well, no, it affects the color of the seats. At least the red one does. This is brilliant. That's lovely. Ask a geography question. I think I missed that. Let's scroll up back to it. See what it was. When was the Netherlands recognized as a country? Recognized by who? By Spain? Because we got our independence from Spain. I think. Probably know more about American history than Dutch history. Maybe we should do some more theming. But maybe I need an extra theme available. Yes, just... Oh, we can't unlock more themes. How boring is this? What is my... Shit, what's the English word for good voornemens? There's a word to that, I completely forgot it. Completely escaped my mind. Resolution, yes. Of course. I'm so good at Englishing. That I don't know the word resolution. I knew it, obviously, but... Cheat in some themes. That's not a bad idea. Yes, this is a World War expansion scenario. Thank you for the follow, SimKelsey9. Let's see. Object selection. Got which teams? Which teams? Themes. Let's go creepy, classical Roman, giant garden, jungle, Jurassic. You can sense the theme. Theme. Someone asked, by the way, if I could snowboard... Hey, Halloween theme. There's no such thing. If I could snowboard or ski. I can ski. Well, maybe not at my current weight, but... Well, I could probably get down a hill still, but... I can definitely ski. Fairly adeptly. Like, I'm not a pro by any means, but... You know, I can do a black slope with some difficulty, but I can do it. The more weight, the faster you go down. Well, it's only because you got less resistance. So you slow down less. You don't accelerate faster. Let's see. There's probably plenty of themes now. Lots of stuff to choose from now. The answer, 15th of May, 1648. That's a long time ago. Obviously it wasn't recognized by the UN then, because, well, the UN didn't really exist. Let's build a few of these trees, I like them. Did you get your map for Christmas? I did, sort of. It is currently not in my house. It's at my parents' place, because, well, they ordered it, so it got delivered there. And I need to wait until we can transport it. It's too big. It doesn't even fit in the car. So they need to wait until the year, until like April, when they get their camper van out of storage. Because it can fit in there. How big is it? It's 1 meter 20 by 2 meters, which is about 4 by 6 feet. And you can't roll it up or anything. It's framed. Do I have a new monitor yet? I don't. By the way, someone asking about New Year's resolutions. I haven't really answered it yet. I don't really have any. Y'all must have small cars. No, we have normal sized cars. Americans have massive cars. Like, the once in a lifetime we need to transport it. If we didn't have a camper van, we would have found some other way to transport it. But like, maybe once every few years that you need to transport something this big, we'll find a way. Another one. And in the meantime, the car we do drive, well, I don't have a car, but the car like my mom and my stepdad drive, uses a lot less fuel because it's not as big. I wanted to use... Hang on. I wanted to... There we go. Do this. And I want... this as a wall. Let's just do some decoration of this. You know, go away, tree. America Spirit Vehicle is a truck with an American flag taped to the side wall of the back window. Most Americans don't have that, but yeah, that's what I do associate with America. I don't see the need for cars that big. The only place I've ever been that I did see the need for it was Iceland. Because a lot of their roads aren't really roads. A lot of their roads are, well, they're roads, but they're not like paved and stuff. And obviously in America, at some places, a car like that's very useful as well. But most people have one while they don't really need it. Also, this is a floating roof and I like it that way. Let's see, that roof is done. How's the park value coming along? 80,000. That's already more than a quarter of the way there. Anti-gravity roof. Hell yeah. I don't understand the point of tiny women driving these big ass SUVs. Yeah, they're not compensating or something. It's just that, you know, that's the car you get. It's a whole culture thing. I'm not judging anyone for getting a car like that, just because, even if they don't need it, because it's a culture thing in America. It makes me feel safe. Well, with the average skill of your American driver, you would need that. You don't need that in the Netherlands. Because in the Netherlands, drivers are generally a lot better. Because, well, we have safer roads, but we also just have more rigorous driving standards at the driver's exam, for the driver's license. Marcel cute, change my mind. I will not. I don't mind being called cute. Imagine telling someone with a masculinity complex that they're cute. And just watch them fall apart because they don't want to be cute, they want to be tough. Pretty sure people like that do exist. I didn't even have to back up for my driving test. Yeah, I had to just drive for 30 minutes, do 2 special maneuvers, which is like parking, either parallel or just normal. It could be, I don't think the hill test could be, where you have to stop and restart the car on a hill without going backwards. I don't think that can be part of it. It could also be a stopping test. It could be a lot of different stuff. But yeah, you get tested quite thoroughly. Also, what I find absolutely baffling about the US is that it's not required to take driving lessons. Like in the Netherlands, as far as I know, the only one who can sign you up for a driving exam is a driving instructor. You can't just sign up and take it, as far as I know. So you have to have at least one lesson with a qualified driving instructor. Otherwise, he obviously won't sign you up. No, other way. There we go. Because these two things, only the raised land is part of your park. See? Hey, thank you for the 4 months, Sabrina Rabina. Happy anniversary to me and Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year to you as well. You have to pass a written test to get a learner's permit. But there's obviously a written test in the Netherlands too, and I will be very surprised if it is not more rigorous than the American one. Oh, mini coaster in the way. Oh. The problem with the driving test is it proves you can drive properly, not that you will drive properly. I mean, wouldn't that be a problem in the Netherlands then as well, where it obviously isn't a problem? Sure, we have idiots on the road. Obviously we do, every country does. But they're not really much of a problem. They're not like a giant national problem or anything. So I don't know. Let's just say I've been slightly radicalized by the channel Not Just Bikes. I don't always agree with everything he says, but he does make really good videos. Not Just Bikes is a fantastic channel. It is. It really is. Although, even though he tries to not be, I still find him a bit too Amsterdam-centric at times. I had a very passionate argument about that with my brother over Christmas dinner. Which sounds bad from all the stereotypes from having arguments. But for us it just means, you know, having fun, basically. It's not like souring any relation or anything. Thank you for the 10 months, by the way, Neri. Do you like plushies? Also, do you own any plushies? I love plushies. I have a lot. I have a horse and a reindeer, which have been with me for not quite 20 years, but close to it. Well, maybe I got one for my 5th birthday. Well, around about 20 years. I still sleep with them. Because it's nice to hold something when you sleep. And I have a Ninetales, a Vulpix and a Growlithe. No Arcanine, because I have never seen an Arcanine plushie, like online and stuff. Oh, I can rehire stuff. And I definitely should. Because I have a lot of bad stuff. Let's make these all tigers. Let's see. There we go. What was I going to do? Oh, I accidentally disabled my HUD. I would love a life-size Arcanine plushie. It would probably be incredibly expensive though. Yeah, so someone said NJB lives in Amsterdam, so obviously he's Amsterdam-centric. That's fair. The problem is that he often even says that in the entire Netherlands stuff is like that. Because a lot of stuff, like, you don't need to own a car if you drive in the Netherlands. Sure, you don't need to own a car to live. But if you want, like, plenty of places, if you want to get out and about, you do need to own a car. You can't rely on car share apps. That doesn't work because they're not available, or it's just not very convenient for some things. Why do we have a lot of lags? Oh, that was just a lag spike. There's just a lot of reasons in the Netherlands why you do need a car often. I got to see NC Ferrum live a couple of years ago. I got to brag about it since I know you like them. When was that? And where? I live in a tiny village. I need a car, especially with all the COVID stuff where public transportation is a nightmare. Yeah, basically. The village I grew up in the week, it had on the weekdays a bus every hour. And on the weekends... Oh, just before COVID in Toronto. Oh, I hope you were Dutch. Because then we might have gone to the same concert. I saw them live as well. Like 2018 or so. In... I forgot where actually. It was some city in the Netherlands. I believe it was Arnhem. Yeah, NJB is being hyperbolic to drive a point home, but I think that obviously everywhere in the Netherlands is great compared to most other countries, especially America and Canada, where he's from. But he needs to be more realistic, I think. Because not everywhere is easily doable with the bus. Because, you know, if I were to, like, I don't know, buy a cupboard, when I grew up in my home village, of Ruinen, which is in Drenthe, then I would need to take a bus. Oh, let's say I'm doing it on the weekend as well, because that's when I have free time. Then the bus goes every 2 hours on the weekend. Then I get to either Hogeveen or Meppel. Then I have to walk from the train station, which is not too far, but I have to buy whatever I want, whatever I need to buy. And I need to walk back to the train station, which also has the bus station. It's just not very convenient. You have to walk back with whatever you've just bought, which can be heavy. And you also need to now take that in the bus with you. Yeah, that's like saying no one drives in Japan because it has one of the best public transports in the world. That's just not how it works. And that's basically my point, because Not Just Bikes is an amazing channel. So don't get me wrong, I love him, but you know, we should criticize what needs to be criticized. And I think he should just stand to, you know, be a little less anti-car. And I understand where he comes from. But he is almost seems against the owning a car. And for himself that makes sense because he lives in Amsterdam. But for others he's also kind of against it. It seems like. Rainbow wheels. Probably. Alright, that's working like that. Let's just do that. Also, in my update, you know, the update I post on YouTube and Discord on the 20... I forgot which day, like 22nd, I think, 23rd. I said that I would not always keep uploading 2 videos a week. And I will indeed not. Because 2 videos a week is a bit much, and I feel like I'm often like cramming them out, or like being too hastened making them. Feeling the pressure of doing 2 a week. They're nice, they're being watered. So therefore my standard will obviously be 1 a week. And then 2 a week whenever I can. Thank you for the follow, Ricky11. And Snowy 1969. Let's open them all. And let's do Rainbow. I agree on you. But being anti-car has made him quite popular on YouTube, so it probably leans more into it than necessary. That's a good point. Being more extreme in your content does often mean more views. Because it's more polarizing, and especially the like, some of his videos are just purely informational and stuff, which is fine. But some of them are really quite anti-car, which obviously also makes people from the other side watch it, pro-car people, and they are like angry, ha, he wants to take our cars away, ha, and that drives revenue. So that makes sense. Speaking about Minecraft, I've been playing a lot of Minecraft in the downtime I've had. I have my own Minecraft server. No, a Minecraft world, I mean, not server. I'm not going to run a server, probably, for the Discord. I have my own Minecraft world. I like the single player. And I just basically spent like a few weeks getting very overpowered. And then I started building my base like a week ago. Which is very easy now, because I'm very overpowered. Where's my next thrill ride? I want a thrill ride. Also, I could use some more stalls. Let's build more. There's a bit of a pendulum effect. His car center upbringing might have swung him in the other way. Yes. That's true as well. Let's go for bright pink hats. Living in a normal-sized city in Germany, it would take me 1 hour to get to work by public transportation, while with cars only 15 minutes. Yeah, that's just a normal sized town in Germany. And in a lot of towns in the Netherlands it would be similar. I haven't played Minecraft in so long, I keep putting it off, waiting for the new features, but every time new features are announced before the old new features are actually released. So I did that with 1.17, I waited for 1.18. But now I've just started, because 1.19 is mostly just, like, not super exciting new stuff. Maybe some new blocks that I could use, which I could still get, but not like whole new terrain generation stuff. Let's put the corkscrew. Happy New Year. What's your real favorite ride? It's Goliath. I got new bedding of Icon for Christmas. Oh, nice. MC is a lot, but not boring. It is indeed not. Then again, I mean, some people would find Minecraft boring, which is fair. It's obviously not for everyone. But at the same time, if you find Minecraft boring, I do silently wonder what's wrong with you. And I will judge you for it. Definitely. Don't you get a lot of angry guests with your Ferris wheels? I always got long queue lines and angry guests. Well, long queue lines not going to be a thing, because my queue lines aren't long. Angry guests, maybe. I don't really care. If they're not too angry, if they're not, like, causing a problem, I don't care. I never noticed any angry guests from Corkscrew, so it should be fine. What did I want to... Right, increase that, of course. See how fast it still goes here. Okay, that should be fast for another corkscrew on top of that. Oh, I know. I have no monies. Now I has monies. I need some more guests. Why am I talking like that? Putting Z at the end of everything. Are you doing okays? I am doing very okays. Ooh, that actually fits. Neat. I didn't expect that to fit. Okay, that doesn't fit. I can still do a looping. If we go down here. Oh wait. That's not part of my park. If I do... Can I do a loopings? I cannot do a loopings, because that's not parts of my park. And it definitely doesn't... Might not even have enough speed for it anyway. That doesn't fit. Maybe if I do a smaller turn? This is a really pretty map. It is. So, a lot of expansion... Well, a lot of Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 maps look really pretty. They're very cool. But this map only had this scenery available and like 5 bushes under the question mark. All the other ones I just added in myself. But it's terrible, and there's bad ride selection. Well, coasts are alright, but the others are not great. This is South American Rain Plateau from Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 Wacky Worlds. And it's just not... The maps are just... they're just slightly not it, you know? Map Designer Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 is so much better. Okay, instead of brakes, we can also just do that. Much better. Hang on, we only get one train. I need a longer station then. One longer, then we should be able to get 2 trains. There we go. Is it this right? Now it's the other Goliath at Walibi Holland. Wasn't the map designer of RCT1 Chris Sawyer? Yes. Of RCT2 as well, I think. But not of the expansions. I believe didn't really do any work for the expansions. Especially, except like some advisory role or something. I'm not entirely sure though. Let's make this a long queue line. I can go that way and that way. And that way. That's a nice CCQL. Let's properly test it and then open it. Rock music. Hell yeah. Why is my park rating not maxed out? Let's see. Park rating, inspect, park rating. Average ride intensity, I'm missing points. I'm missing a lot of points just on the number of guests. That makes sense. I just don't have enough guests. Oh yeah, the expansion scenery can be beautiful. Does this have harder guest generation? It does not. Oh, I have unlocked 3 water rides. We started with 0. Let's see. Let's build a log flume. It's the best water ride in the game. Let's build it on the other side. We've only expanded really in one direction so far. You don't need a long station for a log flume. The number of boats is independent of the number of stations anyway. Damn, how low are the support limits? Support limit. Is that even that too low? Damn. Okay, that works. What about splash boats? I mean, in terms of excitement and stuff, yeah, the splash boats is a lot better than the log flume, obviously. Well, it's not too obvious, but it is. But in terms of being cool, the log flume wins. And fun to build and stuff like that. What determines boat number and log flume? Ride length. It's all about ride length, baby. So yeah, length does matter for log flumes. Well, let's go all the way down now that we're underground. Let's make this a very exciting log flume. Then a very boring, slow hill back up. This is gonna be a long flume. Can we go there? Then one up there. That all just about fits. Then let's get down there. You go. You go away. I can make this work. There we go. This works perfectly. Perfectly designed by yours truly. Pull, log or flume? Definitely flume. It's the flume that makes a log flume flumey. If that makes any sense. If that makes no sense, it's still true. You just don't understand it. Alright, let's make a maximum waiting time of 1 second. There we go. No, that won't work. Let's go the other way. Oh. Ah! No, 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 no. There we go. We can't go under it. Damn well we can. Ah, it's a nice long queue line. Not that long, but long enough that it can hold quite a few guests. Will you do multiplayer servers again in the future, or is that too much trolling? Honestly, it's mostly that I enjoy this stuff a lot more. I'll probably do them again. But I like doing this more. Alright, it'll take a while to complete the first run before we can see the test results. And in the meantime... Oh, is this... Oh, it's just broken down. Let's see. What thrill rides do we get? Oh, I forgot to enable thrill rides. I'm stupid. Well, none so far then, obviously. Not a fan of login attempt. I didn't see it. Do you mean there's a name for the log flume? I don't see every comment. But sure, it's fine. Drown guest 420. Alright. There we go. And away they go. Down to the abyss. They deserve it. They're a guest in Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. Obviously they deserve to die. All guests deserve to die and nothing more. Guests are useless. Am I right? Then let's do hole C, hole B, then another hole E, and another hole E. It's a very dense mini golf. Let's build a queue line. There we go. That's one queue line. No guests equals no money. Yeah, but no guests also equals no. You no need to spend money, because no one will be there anyway. So it's cheaper to have no guests. You no need to spend money. No. Did you eat any oil balls? Yeah, I really love my oily balls. Now, it's something called oliebollen, which is kind of like oil spheres or oil balls. You can translate it literally. And it's kind of like dough with... Wat er krentenrozijnen in English? I forgot. I mean, they're actually dried grapes. With all of that stuff in them. Boiled in oil. Raisins. Of course. How could I forget to order raisins? How could I forget that? Anyway. It's just basically dough with raisins in them. And you fry that in oil. And then you eat it. And we do that with New Year's. Or we call it Old Year's. Or well, we call it Old and New. And then we have Old Year's Eve. Not all oliebollen will have raisins though. No, but the good ones will have them. Let's do more benches and bins. What is raisin in Dutch? Rozijn. Which is not that far off. What actually... I don't know. What's the difference between a rozijn and a krent? Like, I think they both translate to raisin. I don't even know what the difference is. Oh, krent is a red grape. Apple beignets. Oh, they're very good as well. Mom makes both every New Year's. And hers are the best I've ever tasted. So if you're listening, Mom, which you might be, they're very good. Okay, I did benches and the bins there. We're slowly getting rich. We're paying more than 1,000 in loan interest because it's stupidly expensive here. 30%. That's fine. Let's see. Let's do a flying roller coaster. Fried newspaper. I mean, they might eat that in Scotland. They fry anything there. Oh, krenta are made from a specific Greek grape, the Corinthe. Ah. I never noticed the difference when eating them, so I don't know. Let's... No, you know what, I don't have any extremely steep ones. Let's keep it at normal chain lifts. Gonna run out of space soon, says the guy who did Overcrowded Forest Frontiers. So maybe I'll not run out of space. Poll again. Oliebollen with krenten and kranten. I mean, I'm gonna go with kranten. Because then you have Dr. Denker's new Christmas puzzle. Which is always great. Fun to do. And oliebollen already have krenten in them anyway. So it's not like that's... Like, oliebollen met krenten is... Like, it's saying the same word twice. That's like saying spaghetti with pasta or something like that. Not always. In my house they do. Well, my mom's house they do. There we go. Oh, that doesn't work. Does it have a twist? I think it does. Yes, it does. Nice. Shame it doesn't have a corkscrew though. I would have liked that on the flying coaster. Oh, we can do a bigger turn, I think. No, we just about can't. Where would you want to visit in the USA if you ever came there? Lots of places. I would like to experience New York. I would like to see lots of different beautiful nature. Like, I guarantee that every state has something beautiful that I would like to see. I couldn't name anything in every state, but every state has its nice things. Like, even a state where there's nothing, like Wyoming, obviously has the, what's it called, Yellowstone. And South Dakota has those, like the president's faces, I believe. And then you have North Dakota, which, I don't know, probably has something. Every state has something nice that I would like to see. There's nothing to do in Kansas. There's probably something cool to do in Kansas. You know what? Let's actually do 2 trains. And go block breaky. Because we can. There we go, 2 trains. I did block breaks. That's very unusual for me. Doesn't Kansas have like half of Kansas City? There's probably something cool to do in Kansas City in that half. Only half, the worst half. Well, that's still something cool to do. Right? There must be other, like, fairly big size. I mean, in the capital, there's probably... Ooh, go-karts. Something fun to do in, I think it's Little Rock, right? I mix up the 2 Kansases. Like, yeah, I think it's Little Rock, Kansas, and then Topeka, Arkansas. Or is it the other way around? It might be the other way around. Oh, Little Rock is Arkansas. So it is the other way around then. Where's Big Rock? I want to go to a city called Big Rock. Topeka is where Brown versus Board of Education happened. I don't know what that is. Plus you have some Badlands. It might see sites where cowboys and Native Americans fought. I mean, that's cool. That's Kathmandu. Does that mean Big Rock? I mean, obviously there's Uluru, which is quite a big rock. The Supreme Court case that desegregated schools. Nice. That is a good thing. But there's not much for me to see there, right? I mean, it's just a place that happened, but especially as a non-American and also non-brown person or black person, it's not much for me to see there, I think. Have you kept track of the James Webb Telescope news? Well, I know it's been successfully launched, but other than that, not really. If something was wrong with it, I wouldn't know. I have a friend group with a few who are, you know, really into that stuff because, you know, they have or are still studying astronomy. Which is where I met them, by the way. So I would have known if it had, like, blown up or anything. Now let's go that way. Oh. And bam. Are there pictures? Not really, I think, yet. I think it takes a while for it to be fully operational. Probably just because it's a very complicated machine. Need a lot of tests and stuff. What do you think of Atari crapping all over RCT? Hey, we got a specifically heavy load of guests that just crashed. Bunch of fat asses. Lol. Well, that's just the risk of the ride. That would be me. I would be in that coaster crash. Yeah, so would I. I would be as well. That didn't happen. No, it did happen. I take full responsibility. Let's die together then. Yes. Let's die. That's the thing. Heavy guests can cause a ride to crash. Indirectly, yes. And I'll explain how it happened. This ride, along with a few other types, ride types, can crash if it goes over a hill too fast. The heavier a train, the slower it loses speed. Which means that especially further along after the last brake, or chain lift, the heavier the guests, the heavier the train, so the faster it still goes. Which means it's possible it works fine for a really long time, until a particularly heavy load of guests, which makes it crash. I don't know at which hill it crashed. Presumably that one, because it goes quite fast still there. I've been following it for nearly 10 years now, and it's insanely complicated. So many things that need to fold out perfectly. The mirror, for example, is nearly 7 meters in diameter. Need to unfold down to a nanometer precision. It's nerve-wracking. It kept me up at night for a bit at times. I can imagine if you really follow it. Okay, there was only one thrill ride to research. Well, that sucks. Then we already have the souvenir. No, never mind. That's for a video I did today. For tomorrow's video, to be exact. People are still going on it. Oh yeah, people are stupid. Some people must think it's not safe, right? Yeah, some people think it's not safe. Other people are just stupid. Or they're very skinny. Any spoilers for tomorrow's video? Yeah, Max helped me with it. I don't know how much of a spoiler that is about the content. But it's true. Well, it's funny because we talked about it like 2 weeks ago. And then I wanted to make a video, but I only started really writing the video yesterday. Then I need to come up with some examples for it. And then, you know, I tested those, wrote about it, recorded it and stuff. And then today I checked back at what examples Max had given me. And it turned out that like 3/4 of our examples were the exact same. And I didn't remember at all what Max has told me. So I don't think it's my unconscious either. I think it's just obvious examples that we both went for. But you are still credited in the video though. And I have some original things. For example, in one part I have 2 fully functional rides and a stall. And that leaves you to guess, Max, what those rides are. I mean, there aren't that many possibilities. That's impressive, yes it is. And still no one knows what it's about. Which is funny. Because I haven't actually said that. I don't think I've talked about it in like any of the chats as well. Although I can tell you guys that the very last shot of the video will be of the park that my brother and I built. Which is actually where the original inspiration of the video came from. Well, then Max went on about it in DMs, and that's when I was like, yeah, that's actually a good idea for a video. The Chaos Park. Yes. Let's see. No, that doesn't work. I want to break free. No, that's not right. I want to build path. Let's go this way. And then that way. I don't want it to connect there. Let's go this way. There we go. Very logical. Send a Discord message with my guess what the rights are. You're absolutely right. Do you guys want to know what the video is actually about? Because I can tell you. As I've done many times before. So Max wants me to be quiet. Poll. Yeah, do a poll, Max. Yes or no spoilers. Just a little hint. The subject is quite pointy. That's probably a good hint. Congratulations if you can figure it out from just that. Forest Frontiers. No. Got nothing to do with Forest Frontiers. Not this time. Let's do info kiosk, t-shirt stall, because why not with green? You forgot an exit path, did I? Hang on, where? Oh, so I did. Well, wouldn't be a stream of mine if I didn't get an exit path. I think I might know it because of Twitter. Oh right, I did tweet. Should Marcel spoil the video? Well, that's a no. So that's gonna be a no. Although, you can check my Twitter if you want a spoiler of what it's about. You should be able to connect the dots if you read my latest tweet. It had to do with an Eiffel Tower, but that's not what the video is about. Eiffel Tower doesn't even make an appearance in the video. Although, hey, we just unlocked the Junior Coaster. Although now that I say Eiffel Tower, Max knows why I thought Eiffel Tower. Thank you for the follow. Ooh, gamer, ooh. That's fun to say. Hello everyone, hope all is well. All is well. Thank you, real fan. I hope all is well with you as well. Well, all is well, obviously not. Like, there's never a time when everything is good. But most is well. And everything that I could hope for that is well, is well. I chuckle. Rename a ride. Well, name a ride of your choice. Name the log ride World's Greatest Slip and Slide. You can. It was already named, but not by a channel point reward, so that's fine. World's Greatest Slip and Slide. There you go. It really is. Let's check the stats on it, by the way. It takes 2 minutes 24. That's not as long as I expected. It's 560 nice excitement rating, 3.33 intensity, and 1.88 nausea. Climate change is slowly killing us. Climate change is not slowly killing me. I mean, climate change is a bad thing, obviously. But I don't think it would be directly affect me. Or indirectly in a lot of places. If not only because refugee crisis. Like, in the most indirect way that climate change could affect me is when people start to argue about refugees and stuff, and should they be allowed to stay, and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And I will be annoyed by the people arguing. That's like the lowest level that things could affect me. You will drown if climate change keeps going on like this, since you live in the Netherlands. Dude, no. We would just build taller dikes. You don't understand. Which is weird, since you are Dutch yourself. The Dutch will never drown. We can't drown. We just build taller dikes. Let's paint this right. Let's do brown. With pink. That pink. That looks surprisingly nice. Groningen is one of the lowest places in the Netherlands. I believe if all the dikes broke, Groningen would not be in trouble. At least the city. I don't know about the province. Part of the province would obviously be in trouble. The combination of green, yellow and orange is the best color combination in the game. Changed my mind. One does not simply flout the Netherlands. No, one doesn't. How close are we to the goal? Oh, we're like 1063 park rating away. We're quite close to the goal. And we have lots of monies. Let's advertise for more than 2 weeks at a time. There we go. The lowest point in the Netherlands is in a field in the Zuidplaspolder, northeast of Nieuwekerk aan den IJssel. It's 6.76 meters below NAP. Only 6.76 meters, that's not a lot. NAP is basically sea level. It stands for Normaal Amsterdam Spel, or Standard Amsterdam, what spell, like water height? I've built all of these. I've built all three right. I've built all the gentle right. I only built one water right, but the others are stupid. Let's build another coaster that I haven't built then. Let's build a hypercoaster, just because we can. And let's go. And we're blocked. Alright, let's do this then. Are these trains long enough though? Because we don't have standard hypercoaster trains today. Why is the rock you are building made up of wood? Because there's no good grey rocky texture for terrain. Yeah, this works. Nice. They could have made a good grey rocky texture, but they didn't. It's a shame that it isn't in the game though. Could have used more terrain textures. By the way, something really unfortunate happened yesterday in speed skating. Well, marathon speed skating actually. Which I don't usually follow, but sometimes I do. And there was the Dutch Championships. Which I decided to watch. It's always on New Year's Day. And bingo, I already mentioned speed skating earlier. At the start of the stream. So you could have already had that. But in the women's match, one of the women fell quite hard on her face, and even the match had to be like stopped for a bit, kind of like when the safety car comes out, and in Formula 1. And that's significant because the girl who fell, I think she's 26, was actually one of my classmates in primary school. She actually won the alternative Elfstedentocht in 2018, I believe. It's called Anne Tauber. And she also participated in the Olympics in Tokyo in mountain biking. I think she got 11th somewhere. I just read that yesterday, so I'm not too sure. Marcel knows a famous person. Now the question, who's more famous, she or I? She's not... like, she is an Olympic athlete, but she's not like the best of the world, as far as I know, in her sport. But, so, that's a good question. I might be more famous, but then again, her name will have been mentioned. And she has been, like, on national television. And I haven't. So that's also a thing. But I don't know the answer to the question who's more famous. This is going really fast. It's going too fast for a small turn here. That's why I was checking the speed. Who has been mentioned more on nu.nl? Probably her. Or she. I think it's her, the correct word there. Words are difficult today for me. Because, you know, sports. Well, you know her, but I doubt if she is aware of your YouTube channel nowadays. Yeah, probably not. First off, she's a girl, obviously, and only about 3 or 4% of my audience is female. So that doesn't really bode well for my chances for her to know my channel. Oh, technically she, but in English her is dominant nowadays. So both work. You have about 180 people that are only here because of you. That's true. But then again, she probably also has a lot of people that would go to like her matches just because of her. Maybe she's here now. She probably would have spoken up by now. If she was. That would be really cool though. Like, imagine there being like a high school reunion. Which there might be at some point if some people decide to organize it. No, I won't. I'll show up, of course. And then if people are like, oh yeah, I watched your channel. That would be cool. It's pretty much a guarantee that at least one or two boys from my high school class have heard of my channel. Or at least, you know, heard of the longest coaster and stuff. Just because of how prominent that demographic is under, you know, Roller Coaster Tycoon players. Maybe they already realized that it's, you know, the guy who was in their class. The hypercoaster makes the looping coaster look tiny. It does. Which was partly the goal. I just wanted to make a big, tall thing. We still don't have 200... Oh, it was 275, not 250. I wonder why we hadn't passed the goal yet. I'm not sure if men watch YouTube more than women do, Mr. Plucked Plum. That would be interesting. Oh, you're one of the 3%. Thank you for the 2 months, Namizu. Drown Dylan S. Alright. Is he still in the park? He is. There you go. There's Dylan S. I do know 2 women who watch my channel. Obviously, my mom. And my brother's girlfriend. I don't know how often she watches my streams. She at least watches every time if my brother streams with me. Oh, they do know she watches my YouTube videos on occasion. She at least gets notified of them because she asked if I was okay when I uploaded the Drowning 50,000 Guests video. Fire all my staff. Alright. Oh, that's been quite expensive. I hired a lot of them just to quickly clean the park. But then I forgot to fire them. How much has that been costing me? Only 2,500 a month. That's not that much. Oh, one of the music rights is breaking down. I watch all streams and videos and I'm a woman, so here's the third. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know you in real life, that's what I mean. I mean, let's say a video of mine has 100,000 views, which quite a few do. Then about 3,000 are expected to be women. So that's still quite a lot of women. Just also 97,000 men. Which is kind of a sausage fest, really. The second hypertrain coaster can't get up the hill. Yeah, because it's squeezed. It'll be fine once the ride is finished. I wonder though, this is an interesting thing, because, you know, at time I've referred, you know, to Anna Tauber, I referred as a girl when she's 26. But it really, you don't call a 26-year-old man a boy, now do you? But calling a 26-year-old woman a girl, it happens all the time, and it's quite normal. Then I wonder if there are any women that are uncomfortable with that. Which is interesting. Because you know, for people like my age, I use the term woman and girl sort of interchangeably. No, lol. I don't remember what that no is for. It's the same as women usually in the past liking princesses and men's liking kings. Oh yeah, because a princess is younger and a king is like fully adult or something like that. I don't know. I'm 22 and I hate being called woman or even worse, ma'am. I sometimes get called sir, of course. It still feels weird. I'm not old. You don't need to call me sir, but then again, there is no other word for me. You know, it's meneer in Dutch. How else would you address me if you didn't know my name? There is no other word. A lady is not a good one. Yeah, lady... I feel like lady... Depends. Lady has kind of different... implication. And it can be very old, like an old lady. But young lady is also a thing. For like a teen or something. Jonge man. Jonge man feels... kind of like I've done something that they don't like. Did I get excessive G's? I think I did. No, I didn't. Well, positive and verticals, but... Yeah, if they say, jonge man... that feels like they're about to tell me off. So I don't think that's the greatest. This should get us to the goal, by the way. Oh, it does. 310k. Should get it in like next 5 seconds. Yeah, young man. That doesn't feel right. But this looks weirdly alright. What shall we do here? Hang on. Why haven't we passed the goal yet? Oh, early scenario completion is not enabled. Well then I'll play along for a bit. Oh, we can charge 2160 for it. I wasn't going to end the stream this early anyway. Can I hire staff again? I can. I'm 22 and I don't like it when someone calls me by my last name. I don't think anyone ever calls me by my last name. Except, you know, in a joking manner or something. Of course, you know, you get letters or emails which address you by your last name. But, like, in person, I don't think anyone ever calls me by my last name. But then again, they don't have a reason to. Because the only people I talk to that know my name... either know me from YouTube or Discord or Twitter or whatever, or my name is just Marcel or Marcel Vos, or they just know me on a first name basis, you know, family and friends. Mr. Vos, come to the principal's office. I've been called to the well, not principal's office, but team leader's office quite a few times in high school. I was a bit unruly sometimes. But we didn't use last names like that in school. You were just your first name always. My cat is very interested in this stream. Pet him or her for me. I was a bit unruly sometimes. I have so much, yeah, I have so many stories that I could tell. Some more inappropriate than others. I wasn't... Let's just say that at some point I was almost kicked off school. Which you wouldn't expect from me, would you? That was a time... That was probably the most difficult time of my life. As a teen anyway. Ask a geography question. Can you name all 8 American time zones? Well, there's obviously Pacific, Central, Mountain, and Eastern, I think, like the main 4. Then you have, oh no, Alaskan. Hawaiian. That's at least 6. Then you have Guaman, the Guam one, and Samoa might be in the same one as Hawaii. I'm not sure. I hate being called Love. It's my last name and it makes me feel uncomfortable. Oh yeah, the whole thing, I know in England there's like a thing of calling young women you don't know, or sometimes older women as well, I think, calling them love, like when you're talking to them, which is a bit weird to me. Like, I do sometimes say, like, lieve schat in English, which means, what would be a good English or in Dutch, I mean, what would be a good English translation for that? But that's only, like, to people I know. Yeah, darling is a good one. But that's, you know, that's mainly to my stepsisters. If, you know, if something needs to be done, and then, you know, I'll say, like, lieve schat, dat komt wel goed, or, you know, in such a way, or in not an entirely serious manner. But not to people I don't know. Calling someone love is a bit more British, yes. I get misgendered a lot because I have long hair and people just assume I'm a woman from behind. I have long hair. I've never been misgendered. Maybe because I'm not very womanly shaped. I don't know. I've at least never been misgendered. I don't know. I have been countryed. Someone thought I was American before. Obviously, they hadn't heard me speak. And obviously, on Reddit, you get miscountryed all the time. Have you been misjudged? Yes. Everyone has been misjudged. I know I've been misjudged. I have a beard. I have long hair. You know, I look... To some people, I can look somewhat intimidating. Like, I'm a big guy. Obviously, some people will misjudge me. And not think that I am, like, the way I am. I pretty much never get angry, for example. So people definitely misjudge me on that all the time. Most likely. Have you been Miss Universe? I haven't been. I could be if I organize my own Miss Universe contest and I'm the only contestant. Are you big even for Dutch standards? Not in length, but sideways, yes. I'm slightly below average for Dutch standards. I'm 5'11". Which I know is above average in America. But I'm 1 meter 81. Which is almost 6 foot. 183 is 6 foot. Do you get taller when you lie on the ground? I don't think there's ever been a person who gets taller when they lie on the ground. Like, even the people who got to like 600 kilos, if they lie on the ground, they're not like 1 meter 70 or 1 meter 80 tall. That's not how that works. Oh, we unlocked the wooden coaster. We have unlocked the better version of the hyper coaster, which I shall build. Let's see. I can fit a thing there. Then I can extend the station. Drowned guest 2021. Sure. Is that why you're taller in the morning than in the evening? Yes, that is true. You shrink a little bit during the day. There you go. Guess 2021 is now dead, just like the year. Oh, obviously the Enterprise is in the way. Okay, you know what? Let's do a bit of a steeper chain lift. By 2021, I hope you die in hell. I mean, 2021 was a terrible year in many aspects, but for me personally, the end of 2021 was pretty much infinitely better than the start, or than the end of 2020, which is basically the same as the start of 2021. So for me, it was a great year. Difficult year, but a great year. Difficult year for several personal reasons, but also a great one. So yeah, I liked 2021. Will it go too fast there, or will this be fine? Did you see virtually all Dutch guys at the darts championship got COVID? I heard about it, I didn't really see it because I don't follow darts. But I did hear about it, I have a friend who follows it. Who can also dart fairly well himself. Like, not anywhere near, like, the top league or anything, but, you know, for a casual darter, he's quite good. Alright, let's see if it goes 90 too quick. That just about seems fine. You know what? Let's quickly connect it back, just to see if these Gs are fine. Because I would kind of like to keep this element, just because of how ridiculous it is. Let's see, how will I get out of here? Like that. Let's actually make it curvy. I like it curvy. And let's do that. No, that doesn't match up. Alright, let's just go like that. Then like that. Alright, let's see what the maximum G's will be. They're below 2.80, we're good. The endless chain lift. Well, not endless, but it takes a while. Hang on, we only have two. Now we have 3 trains. Good. 2.84. That's too much. Alright, we'll do 1 fewer steep turn. I made a poll about whether 2021 was good or bad. Good. I mean, worldwide it was probably a bad year. For me personally, it was good. Name a ride of your choice, alright? Alright. I'm so hilarious. And there we go. That's a big drop. At which speed you get a fatal crash? When the combined speed of the train is more than 50 kilometers an hour. Betty White dying and the insurrection of 2021 was awful. I mean, on one hand, yes, but then again, that is kind of personal. Because let's face it, I don't really care about Betty White. It's sad that she died, obviously, but she hasn't had any impact on my life, personally. So for me, she's just another person. Could you call the hypercoaster either Baby Got Back or Sir Mix-a-Lot? I'll do Sir Mix-a-Lot. And the Insurrection also didn't affect me. So, yeah, for me those two events didn't really, like, matter. It's just like all the farmers' protests, which were a big thing in the Netherlands. But if you live in America, then you don't really care, because they don't affect you. I'm kind of worried when I say I don't really care about Betty White dying or about the insurrection, that people will take it the wrong way. But it's just, yeah, they don't affect me personally, so naturally, I don't really, you know, my life's the same whether it happened or not. The only place I'd ever heard about Betty White was Reddit worshipping her. Alright, let's see how... That turn is problematic as well. But I was worried how fast it goes here. Okay, you know what? Let's just have it go back to the station. So that if that turn is problematic, it won't be too problematic. There we go. What an anticlimax of a ride. Goes very tall, has 2 drops, and it just stops. And let's build a cool line. And an exit line, I will not forget it here. And open the right. Oh, the right's already opened. Oh, this is a horrid color combination. That's a much better one. But that's a good one. That one works too. Let's do orange trains. Orange is good. Nightbot is not wrong. Speak has P in it. I think I filled up the park quite nicely. It's starting to look a little bit like the overcrowded Forest Frontiers. Well, especially from this angle. From this angle, a bit less. These two, like, apexes of the roller coasters are much further apart than they seem in this shot. Crescent Moon. Pearlescent Moon. By the way, are you guys excited for Hermitcraft Season 9? There's another one for you, bingo. Because I am. I don't know when it will come, but it will come at some point. I wonder if any more new hermits are going to be added. I had heard about Pearlescent Moon from Green's videos, but I had never heard about Gemini Tay before she got added. And she turned out to be a great hermit. I do wonder though, were they added? Like, is it a coincidence that 2 girls got added? Or were they like, we don't have a lot of girls on the Hermitcraft server. I think there are 3, Zombie Cleo, False Symmetry, and what's her name, Stress Monster. So did they specifically go for more girls, or is that a coincidence? I think it's a bit of both. Yeah, probably. I really wish we had more flat rides in this scenario. Flat rides kind of spice up your park. And we only really have, like, 3.5. We have the coffee cup ride, the Enterprise, the Ferris wheel, and the observation tower, which is half a flat ride. There has been a female in my videos once. So I can say I am very diverse. Your mom doesn't count. Oh, she doesn't count as a member of the female population? Okay, there hasn't been a girl my age in my videos. That's not what I meant. No, but that's what I made of it. Sorry, Mrs. Vos, didn't mean to offend you. Her last name is not Vos. Also, if you call her Mrs. Vos, it sounds like she's my wife, because that's what YouTubers do. They call their wife like Mrs. You know, you have Mrs. PewDiePie. Well, she's called Martia, but you know, Stu calls her Mrs. Stu. Not Just Bikes calls her Mrs. Not Just Bikes. Stuff like that. Alright, see you, RuneScape. Mrs. Marcel Vos. That'd be a hell of a name. Sorry, Marcel's mom. I don't think she's watching right now. Usually if she watches like an early bit of the stream. She might be watching though. Oh, one of the Ferris wheels has gone down. That's unfortunate. That's a very tall observation tower. Her username isn't in the list, so probably not. No, she's always logged in. Alright, you know what we should do? We should end this park. And we should do the thing where we go through a bunch of old save files. Of your choice. So let's go to options. Let's do enable early scenario completion. Oh hey Alec, good to see you. And there we go. Fun times, Christmas gift, the computer. Fun times was a Christmas gift, the computer and the game. What? I don't really understand what you mean by that. Thank you, Slime, for the bits. Okay. We're gonna do that so you can read it better. Pick one. And I'll open it and I'll tell something about it if I can. I most likely can. Schneider Shores. Okay, that's when I... Well, it's not too exciting. These old parks are always very loud, for some reason. But this is when I completed Schneider Shores. It's a scenario. There are rides. Well, there are custom rides, there are non-custom rides. I mean, there's Hawk's Nest, there's Ice Flow, there's Demon Drop, there's a big custom junior. This is a regular RCT scenario. It's right. There. There you go. This is what it looks like. It actually has stuff down here, but yeah, I deleted all of that. Okay, someone wanted to see Fatal Frontiers. That was kind of an interesting one. That is a variant of Forest Frontiers made by Dirklink. And I passed the scenario, but... Oh, no, I didn't. This is... I did manage to beat it, but this was... Stuff wasn't opened yet. The goal is still the same. Oh yeah, I should turn off that text. The goal is still the same, but you start with a loan of 500,000 and you have like a month to build everything. Otherwise, you will run out of money. And yeah, you see, I'm already in the negatives. Then you just need to hope that this is enough to get the 250 guests. And that's how that works. Oh, Happy New Year to you as well, Sicilium Star. Alright, you know what, if I do this, we can see many more scenarios. You can pick one. Whichever you want. It's very quiet. There we go. Nevermore Park. That's from the old one. Let's pick one from here. That's a lot of saves. I have a lot. What is super speed? Let's see. It is... it's this. Coaster so fast that the sound's not doing properly. Hang on, is that not... There we go. It's going 1070 odd kilometers an hour. What are the stats? It's not finished testing. Yeah, it has has a lot of lateral G's. A lot of vertical G's. But it's not finished testing because it's in an infinite loop. So it doesn't do anything. Also, it's not a complete circuit. This... Yeah, no, that doesn't end up anywhere. This is the trick that downward corkscrews give more speed than they should. So I thought you could get more speed this way, but it does work, but not more than 1500 speed, which you could already get. So you don't quite get there. Another one. Here. Pick one. Top of the Alps Summit Park. You mean your park. I don't even know what that's called. The Great Scam. Oh, that's interesting. I'll pick the last one. It's this, and it's my record for making the most in a month from ride tickets before any like increased limit. It's 573,000 in July. And it's 16 of the same rides. And yes, it uses double paths. I cringe at that as well. It's 16 of the same ride with 1274 excitement, 980 intensity, 559 nausea. It has 4 about 20-second sections. It has 7 trains due to block brakes. It intentionally overshoots the block brakes so that the block brakes don't slow it down. There's been a lot of like optimization and stuff into this. It has more than 8,000 guests. A lot of stalls because I had ride slots left. They don't take up sprites anyway. It's it's a big park and it's making me a lot of money. And there's like a helper ride, the corkscrew coaster, which gives more stats. It's basically, yeah, just me attempting how to get the most money. There are more interesting, like the early versions, like the Great Scam 1 and 2 are actually different parks. Because 2 looks like this, which was an earlier attempt, which all rides have just one station. Which is obviously inferior, but at the time I didn't realize it quite yet. And then if you go even earlier, the Great Scam 1, then, hang on, where do I find that? Hang on, oh, that's all the way at the bottom. There we have this mesh, which is a nightmare for YouTube compression, probably. Especially if I start moving around a bit. With Giga Coasters, which was my very first attempt. I never made more than about 110,000 apparently, which isn't was a lot, but I realized we could do a lot better. And then if we go to the Great Scam 3, that is, I think, the first one. Oh, that's still this one, which I saved 2 versions of apparently. Then if we go further, the Great Scam 4, there we go, that's the first version of this, which already has 8,000 guests. Not so bad for compression. Oh, I have made lots of things that are bad for compression. It's still easily possible in 2.5D. Alright. Whip. Pick one. What am I even looking at? An amazing park. Alright, let's have a sip of water. It's good for the mouth. A year in Winkelheim. That's one of the greatest parks ever built. It wasn't built by me. I've shown this on stream before. So here we have a nice little park. Okay, let's get rid of the rain. It is... I think this is summer. This was made by someone from New Element. This is spring. But when we rotate, now it's summer. These don't look too different, so you might not notice. When we rotate it again, now it's fall. When we rotate again, now it's winter. And this one is really noticeable. The other 3 you might not notice if you look at it at a glance. But winter is really noticeable. Because it's white all over. So yeah, if I remove... I can show the magic. If I remove all the scenery, there's a lot of black walls and stuff. Hang on. Oh yeah, you can see all 4 rides, never mind. Here you can see all 4 coasters. You can also see pretty much everything was scenery. What are the other coasters for? They are the same coaster, just in different colors and different orientations as well. Wait, no, they're in the same orientation, but they're... No, never mind. Everything is in the same orientation. Yeah, a lot of forced perspective, but the entire landscape is custom scenery. There's nothing here. There's like absolutely nothing. Floating rides everywhere. Yeah, this is really clever. Can we see normal again? Sure. Here you go. This is all scenery. Nothing of this is land. Welcome to the desert of the real. Nice card. And this is properly amazing. This is amazingly well done. Like, if you zoom out, you can't see any hint of it, because the scenery walls are just tall enough to obscure all the other bits of the park. Well, I mean, you can see a little bit, there's something going on here. But mostly, it's all good. Even this water is scenery. I mean, you can see it right there. It's all scenery. Scenery is nice here, yes. Okay, it seems like... oh, this is a kite. I thought this was a stuck ride, but this is on purpose. It's a kite that someone's holding. That's cool. These people are geniuses. Genii? And then you of course have the wintry park. which is always very different. Winter is always nice. I like this one a lot. Oh, look at that. They're having snowball fights. Isn't that amazing? Like, there are jumping snowball fountains hidden in between. Sometimes they will fire. I saw them fire a minute ago. So if we just have a little bit of patience, we should... There we go. There they go. They're having snowball fights. Where do the guests come from? There is an entrance. Right here. There you go. There's an entrance there. It's a little bit invisible. Wait, is that a guest peeing? There. I think it is. Oh, yeah, obviously you can't see that from the other side. If I remove a few of these tall trees... yes. He's making yellow snow. That's amazing. This is truly a wondrous park. I mean, this park itself is already cool. But then it's just part of this majestic 4-season themed park. You know what's funny? When I first opened this park, you start the spring, right? I rotated it, and I had no clue this was different. Obviously, the coaster goes from yellow and green to green and brown. But if you don't pay a lot of close attention, you won't notice a difference. Even when we went to fall, I did not notice a difference the first time. Even though the coaster has now changed to, I think, orange and pink. And the trees had changed. I bet quite a lot of you didn't notice a difference either. Well, I narrated a difference, but other than that, you probably would not have noticed. But then, yeah, you can't miss winter. So then I noticed, and then I was like, wait, what? What's going on? Thank you for the follow, Monty Fang. And that's the story behind a year in Winkelheim. Alright, pick another one. Reminds me a lot of the miniature Wonderland in Hamburg. Lots of details and hidden Easter eggs. Might be the coolest park ever. Well, that is how I introduced it. Micropark. My micropark is boring. That's not on this list as well. 12-track Giga. Well, that's... that's woefully unfinished. Alright, I'll quickly show you a micropark then. It's not that interesting. It's a lot of guests stuck on a bit of path. I don't even remember what I was trying to do. Maybe the most guests with just a single ride. Finish the 12-track Giga now. I definitely cannot be bothered. Alright, pick one. I may have heard of that park. Would be nice to visit one day. You mean the Bunter thing that someone talked about? Wasteland of Dying Dreams. I'll pick this one, which I think is the finished... Nope, it's clearly not. Wasteland of Dying Dreams. I want the finished version. Did anyone say finished? No, that's probably just number 10. There we go. This is the finished version. Yeah, it's the most difficult scenario I've ever played. Maybe. One of the most difficult. So the goal is to get 3,500 guests. You can't drop your rating below 700 any time. Let's see what exactly the restrictions are. Oops, no. Scenario options. You can't remove trees. Well, that's not really a problem. You can't change the landscape. Park rating is harder to increase and maintain. Guests are more difficult to attract. Guests prefer more intense rides, which is actually a benefit. You can't advertise, which means you need rides over 600 meters long, because you can't advertise and you have harder guest generation. In addition to that, I chose to not buy any land, which was another self-imposed restriction, because you can. I think it's quite expensive. It's, yeah, 150 a piece. Oh yeah, you can indeed download Winkelheim on New Element. That's where I got it. And guests arrive in the park very unhappy, so it's difficult to not get your park shut down because the rating is too low at the start. I've played this specific design before. It's super waste. It's exclamation mark super waste. Waste for Wasteland of Dying Dreams. This one's exclamation mark waste. Also, I have about 1100 guests complaining about overcrowding in this park. Yet it does not kill my park rating, because I have hired 130 entertainers to force them to be happy. This is the park where I discovered how incredibly useful entertainers can be. If you need to, and how overcrowding doesn't matter if you just have enough entertainers. Also, at some point, I needed to build a vertical drop coaster because I needed to increase my soft guest cap, but I couldn't build a twister coaster anymore. I didn't have space for it. So I had to go taller with the vertical drop. Also, you can't build in these holes. You have no construction rights there. You don't own the land, which makes building even more difficult. Which is why I resorted to helixes, because they're compact. They're not dense helixes, they're normal helixes. I didn't know about dense helixes at the time, but you know, normal helixes are easier and quicker to build. Here are also, of course, quite a few custom rides, but here are 3 non-custom ones. Well, they are custom, but the same ones in a row. Everybody dance now. Right, last year when you showed this, I commented something along the lines of the guests being super angry until they're injected with super coke by the entertainers. Basically, what's a dense helix? Well, this is a normal helix, and then if we close it, a dense helix is where after every 2 helixes you build a normal turn, which fits. And since you don't go down in the normal turn, you use more track to descend by the same amount. So it's longer and thus denser. Well, it's denser, thus longer. And I used that to get the longest 10x10 coaster. Alright. Another one. Eyes closed. Let's stop there. Alright, that's a lot of giga. Pick one. Glitch Gardens. You guys are very good at picking save files that aren't mine. And let's see, where's Glitch Gardens? I know I have it. There we go. This was sent to me. Well, not really sent to me. I helped someone with some issue here. I think it was raising the excitement of the coaster in a non-intrusive way. Something like that. I've forgotten what exactly it was. It isn't mine, obviously. It is rather nice. Obviously only the start of the park. I have no idea if this was ever finished. I don't know who made it. It's not in the name, obviously, because it's not multiplayer stuff or contest stuff. Yeah, I can't say much more about it. I mean, there's nothing interesting here. Just the landscape. I think made with the terrain generator. Looks like it. But yeah, this is a nice little park. Someone wants to see Gemini. Shouldn't that be Gemini City? Or is it just called Gemini? I don't know. Or should we call it Gemini Tay? Yeah, Gemini City. That's one of the ugliest parks I've ever built. Why is it always starting to rain in every scenario I load up, every save file? Yeah. This is very ugly. This big square Giga Coaster does have 9.4 excitement. I destroyed the entire city that you get here. Yeah, it's just this is how I used to build parks. Like, I don't do a lot of scenery nowadays, but the way I build parks today is a lot prettier than 5 years ago. I built this around 5 years ago. There's some custom builds, but also some pre-builds, like Wings of Apollo, Neptune's Knot, Demon Drop, Axe, Colossus. Let's see, what else? This is not a pre-build, but it is a safe design. I didn't build this for this scenario. Same goes for the limb. I did build this one here. I think this might be my first custom laydown coaster ever. I'm not sure. Some other big rides. A splash boaty. This is also, it's a custom ride, a wooden coaster, but not custom for this scenario, I believe. I think I first built it in some other park. Same goes, I think, for this blue-black one. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, and there's Velocirator as well. Which is very cool. But very ugly. Alright. Let's see. Come on. You know what? Let's just pick from the very top. Will you do a video if someone sent you an interesting park? No. I will not do a park review. That's not really what my channel's for. 1 sec. I think 6 sec is more interesting. But you can see. So this is 1 sec. And it's a ride with this ride with a top speed of 69 kilometers per hour and an average speed of 13,182 kilometers per hour and a ride time of 1 second, hence the name of the save file, has 0.59 excitement rating, 40.32 intensity, and 2.47 nausea. Now, if we load up 6 sec, which is way further up, I scrolled past it very fast, that is more interesting. It's the same ride, except it's now 6 seconds long, so it has 310 excitement, and only 3 intensity and 2 nausea. That's how that works. It's very odd. There's an average speed of 98,000 kilometers an hour. Yours is a 7 sec. Yeah, I did all the ones from 0 to 9 sec, just to see what the stats would be. If we go to 5 seconds, I believe we get, like, crazy intensity. Let's see. It's all the exact... Well, not the exact same, right, obviously. Oh, no, we get basically just no interesting stats at all at 5 seconds. Yeah, there's not much more to it. And this is where I tested what happens when you get a very low ride time on a long ride. And it's called Lord Marcel's Wild Ride in some other version. Big one. We're again at the Wasteland section, but this time, obviously, can you see it run? It is running. It's just running very slowly. You cannot just show something illogical and say that's how it works. Watercooler realism. What's the same one? Again, obviously, not mine. like I said, you guys are very good at picking scenarios or play files that aren't mine. This is made by, obviously, a water cooler. And it's pretty cool. It's, well, some hyper detailed park. It's a bit too detailed, maybe. For my likes, but it's all quarter tile scenery. And actually, is this a functioning ride? No, this is just decor. That's not a functioning ride. I think I'm hearing a coaster though. Oh no, this is just a water spout. It has a thingamajig, a river rapids, and it has a chairlifty thing. But I think those are all the functioning rides. Wait, coaster in the mountain. Oh, right. Yes, it's a wild mouse coaster. A wooden wild mouse. That's nice. Hey, 420 meters ride length. Yeah, they have mini golf paths. I mean, there's obviously a little bit of glitching graphically, but other than that, it works and it looks really cool. Rides are ugly, we don't want to see those. I mean, the best thing about this park is obviously this building. Which is really nice. Isn't it? It's really well built. Doesn't really serve much function. Is there anything inside it? A couple of stalls. So if you just look through all the scenery, this is what you get. Not too much left of the park. Well, a little bit. Alright. Last one. Someone say stop. And then I'll stop. There we go. Stop. The first time I saw stop in the chat, I stopped. Pick one. Can you show transparent scenery on the Four Seasons Park? I will, in a minute after this as well. Meganod. Oh, Meganod is interesting. So, these are 4 identical coasters in this park. And, well, you can see the trains in action. They are synchronized. Well, not literally, but I just paused and tested them at the same time. And it's very satisfying. But yeah, I built this coaster. Let's see if I can build it. Do I have it as a safe design? I do. Oh yeah, that's just one track. So if you have one track here, and then you... hang on, what was it called again? I think not. Yes, and if you just rotate it. There we go, fits perfectly. And if you then just rotate it again. Somewhere here. There we go, I think that's it. And then rotate it 3 times for the last one. Once again, should fit. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Then you can build all 4 of them, which is absolutely wonderful. And this is just one track. How did I build this? Well, it's quite a simple trick. You just build all 4 at the same time. And if you can't build, you know, then you already know if it fits. How to sync them all 4. Just pause the game, double close and test them all. That works. Thank you for the follow. Monty Fang 17 minutes ago, which I missed at the time, I think. And now Tour Petrus. There's another version of this which I built after this. It's 1 hour challenge. Well, 1 I think. Yes. This is even more painful on your eyes. And I made the mistake here of miscoloring the coasters. This should be orange. And that already looks a lot better. Now that they're orange. But yeah, this is the exact same thing. It's 4 identical coasters. You know, I can show you. We'll make this one blue. We'll make this one red. That's actually how I built them, as those colors, because that's a bit easier to see. And then we'll make this one green. There you go. Then if we make the color normal, the ground normal colored. Now it's a lot more pleasant to look at, isn't it? This is what the park looks like with normal colors. Alright, someone asked for a year in Winkelheim with see-through scenery. That's the last thing I'll do this stream. That's laggy. Very laggy. But it looks like this. Hang on. Can we see... What's the FPS difference? So currently we're on 9 or 10 FPS. If we do this, we go to 26. Still not a lot. But it's quite different. It's very laggy with see-through scenery because I have to render a lot. You can see the walls in between. There are a lot of... Like, there's a wall around this just to obscure the guests that are walking. Hey, a motion simulator. Oh, it's the music box for the winter. Because when you rotate it with winter on this side, it's below the park, so you hear this music. Toyland style, that's clever. They're music boxes. And the autumn is playing fantasy style. I suppose this one doesn't really have one. Spring doesn't have one. This is playing summer style in summer. Well, that makes sense. This is just the coolest. Okay, this is a... Hang on. If I zoom out, I can see that. But if I zoom in, I can't. It's the magically appearing entrance. Why is the background hidden? Well, so that if you rotate, you keep getting different seasons. Spring, summer, autumn, and winter. How? Well, we just showed that. They built the same park 4 times. And built a giant wall with the same color as the background in between. It's all custom scenery, of course. This is all custom scenery. Somewhere here is the wall. There we go. 1K blank wall. That's one you need. You can find this on New Element. Okay, that's the end of the stream. I'll load up the old park. There we go. This is the park we built today. Which was a fun park to build. And thank you for watching the first stream of the year. Thank you for tuning in. And let's see if I can find one to raid. Because that's always fun. Okay, no one I follow is online. Of course not. Oh. Someone is playing called Vortail. With 18 viewers. Alright, they do have OpenRCT2, so presumably they know a little bit about the game. Without the E, Max. Alright, thank you for tuning in. And I will see you in the next live stream. And all that stuff. You know, be nice in the raid and blah, yada, 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 all standard stuff. Yeah, do whatever raid message you like. And, yeah, have a good night. Bye-bye. Also, tomorrow, first video of the year. Bye-bye.